see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancies.
이제 같이 다니나?
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canville was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
크로즈텍 코스. 뭐야, 이동 되네? 뭐야?
Clive, we weren't expecting.
I wasn't expecting to, but it seems we still owe, and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
스타 루비.
A star, Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw... And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to settle the Hideaway's debt and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I
So
thought
long.
you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago,
그랬었구나.
yes. And blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrow. An ill habit.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
세인트 보기 블루백 와이번.
We're still alive, aren't we?
To the meadows then. That's what the cat.
Hippocrates said I should to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. Straight home now. our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with.
There be light!
뭐야? 빙봉의 간.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
가스? 셋이? 아 뭐야? 어서 오세요. 아니요, 제 기준은 원래 더 일찍 오려고 했는데 집안일 좀 하다가 보니까 시간이 후딱 가가지고 한 2시간? 3시간 좀 안 되게 하다가 또 갈 듯 한데 모르겠네. 고태 엔딩을 언제쯤 볼 수 있을라나.
It seems the hideaway has lost its...
So,
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
and what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they...
어 뭐야?
And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm.
뭔가 그냥
Ivan's offered to
가라하게
make sure it's
양배
fit for
주는 것 같은데.
consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
왜 저래?
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
맛평으로
I think he
소설을
likes
쓰네.
it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right.
Decent. It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Did you see that?
Good. So, Lady Karen.
Ah, she threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my...
Karen refused.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were attacked.
Clive! Anything catch your eye?
여한?
Seen enough?
Lady Carrot, Goad tells me you... Would you prefer the debt with...
What debt? I may have tossed, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it charity if you got...
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, fine. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's
참인데?
wages.
일하다고.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame, both.
But
How long did you know Sid?
before he died, 20 summers, give or take.
20년.
Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... We set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fight. Me and Sid stayed close. Promising. There was the magic woke inside my son soon after his first named, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your
My family were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted, him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own, him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Threw away everything he had. I knew then.
과거 이야기가 나오네.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man.
얘기 하다마로
Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
빨리 넘기는 게 안 되네.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
고블릿?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
Mother, save us.
Might be hard now there's only one.
Then we're all doomed. Canda's walls will not hold the Akashic horde for long. We can only hope they hold it for long enough.
잠깐 마실 것 좀 가져올게요.
Faster! We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it.
아, 돌아가는 길이 있고 쭉 가는 길.
The echoes have a will of their own.
Time to fight.
오, 뭐야 저기? 코알인가? 뭐야? 아, 날이 더워서 그런가 아이스크림 개빨리 녹네.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
아 여기도 물 좋네.
I do. Where are you off to now then?
뭐야?
You're injured.
죽어가네.
What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned. There's a village. It's only a matter of time. We can't let those...
Okay.
I'll go.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach.
Rest well, so.
후보 쫄다고였구나. 후보 뒤졌는데.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
오. 뭐야? 소리 들렸는데? 들어가야 되나? 아, 여기구나.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor. Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
살은 별거 없네.
You seem familiar.
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar.
알아보네.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Cosnes when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
이걸
My
기억해?
war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
아카시아 되는 거 아니야?
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
자살 예약.
Let's go.
Yeah! We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
조슈아가 어떻게 살아남았는가가 나오려나? 뒤에 있겠죠. 아니네, 옆이네. 아무리 봐도 종자 존나 이쁘게 생겼는데.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
불사조 교단?
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
이게 표정이 안 좋아.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
발로 듣고.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva? Then it is Waloeda knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
발로들을 안 가고 여기서 싸우나?
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
천박.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic.
아카식? 아카시아가 아니라 아카식?
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
또 헛짓거리 안 나.
Enough.
와 뭐야 한 방에 다 죽었어?
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation.
The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn.
누구 얘기하는 거지?
See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
아, 그 벽화인가? 이것도 밑에가 소실됐네.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
뭐지?
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
일반적인 종자 주인과 동자 사이 이상인 것 같은데.
farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Are you buying or selling? Go safely.
칸베르? 응? 뭔데? 아, 걸어가야 돼?
Is that blade figurative? Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts.
Do you want to...
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast. Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might bring me that beast.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path at Brunt. I eagerly...
받고 나중에 잡아야지. 뒤야? 어떻게 가냐?
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals?
You! Finally. Is something wrong?
At the university.
The university?
Especially in my heyday. No, of the answers I seek, would you two know?
Climb the stair.
And, I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been... Namely...
I can't promise I'll...
Remember what...
비문?
How are those new boots treating you?
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
수호하던 이들?
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
또 있나?
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the box to Salomon.
And a scratch on them.
Have you noticed the elder has been coffinless?
황금의 평원을 건너는 유목민. 돌에 불이 내린 뒤에도 그것을 잃어서는 안 된다.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
These inquiries been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed.
대스 은혜를 노리던 수렵 부족.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Oh, come. Let's...
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty sure that...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those... But,
저기 황금평.
Wanderers of the Gold War.
No doubt you're right. This is proving...
Children of the Hunter. That's all three.
And so, we 3 engraving guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
쓸모없는 거네. 뭘로 내려가?
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the price.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and lawful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
이 교단의 실체가 뭐지?
I see.
약간 의심이.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you.
그 음침해.
Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
대화 로그 못 보나? 아, 가명이었구나.
3 cities and a sea.
아, 뭐, 이거 아닌데. 퀘스트는 이쪽이구나. 나중에.
Run like the wind.
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Garuda! Stay down!
길목마다 목이.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
아, 이미 연기 나네. 좋겠다. 다 늦었다.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry. Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother.
수프님이랑
Joshua.
만나겠다.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Mididol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things. They're wearing one armor. What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here. Jill must be busy.
Fire and flame!
Where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
어디로 가지?
Where are they? These creatures. Does Ultima's reach extend this far? What the hell is going on here?
Where is your master? What does he want?
Too slow.
It's over.
You've caused quite the commotion.
아,
But
새끼.
then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
죽일 수 있나 이제?
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield. They are men, like you and me. albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
그러기엔 지도 자아를 갖고 있으면서 헛소리하고 있네.
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled.
굳이 갇힌다고?
I am Sleipnir of House Harvard. And you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back. Forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes!
와 뭐야? 뭐야 왜 이렇게 안 돼?
Would you not agree? Actually, I wouldn't.
That's better. I can't go on.
응? 이 씹새끼.
Someone's brave.
아니. 아.
Nice try.
Actually, I wouldn't.
Too slow.
아이고야.
Enjoying yourself?
좋아.
The vessel is strong. My liege.
오딘 말 어쩌냐?
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see. We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
오딘이다.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
여기서 발릴 것 같은데 왠지.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing.
No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
Joshua!
뭐야?
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
뭐야?
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gill into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help.
질은 어째서?
And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. As long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
그런 걸로 느낄 수 있구나.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself. Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
오가 뭐야? 아. 뭐야, 갈 수 있네?
Cole said it was an army of a cash.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with a cat?
코카트리스인가? 아닌데.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye? Always something, isn't there?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. Hasn't been delivered yet, I'm afraid. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive, where the hell is everyone? They're all right.
You lot don't do... Well, at least everyone... No. As for these...
Sitting under a pile of rubble.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins. The more personal items we go to...
Then I'll check the work.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. Mitch'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking. What do we have here?
We've had no word from Canva for days.
I remember seeing this. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
안에 뭐가 있다?
Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Well,
possibly.
Opus. That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
How are we supposed to do our duty?
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
저게 뭔데?
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye,
Actually, yes. The Crown
Yeah?
Prince just left.
Dion left.
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before...
No, we're not the Prince's keepers.
I'd rather he did so in bed, much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
플러스 표시.
All right, Blackthorn told me. Speaking of which,
Worried about?
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission. So obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed. Try as I might,
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no...
Cheers.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
갑자기 또 서브캐가 막 열리네.
Glory to God.
What's happened?
Tyre's busy working herself into an early... I've tried offering to see to him in her... Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary. Will you talk to her?
I know...
Thank...
Well, Tyre, we all admire your dedication, but...
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those...
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy.
You wouldn't, Tyre. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodrigue.
We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. I can make the draft if you could...
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of... Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other...
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Clive. Coin purse weighing you down?
오, 이건 또 뭐야?
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
아니 뭐야 이런 게 있었어?
It'd better all be here.
빌리지 포인트 20%.
Finished, are you?
Bloody hell, Clive. Ain't you got better things to do with your time?
또 꽁에 있으니까.
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you.
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't if it weren't the ring.
Yeah, what? It brought back some...
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather...
And sometimes it doesn't.
Don't be like that.
Fine, if it'll get you off my back. That ring he flashed was the work we apprenticed together back in the day.
You've never mentioned it.
Why would I? The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe.
It matters, because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what?
I'm the Hideaway's master. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps... As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Sultan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a...
I doubt he'd be too...
Then just this once. Swallow your pride, keeping the curse, but provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't...
What'd you say, Blackthorn? It's not like you'll be...
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then?
In Dravozd, my old village.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from just north of the fields of... Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that.
Who's that sulking over there by the lift?
You reckon there's any more?
If it's knowledge you seek.
Trouble with your gear, or... Not saying fortune, do you? Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you.
Ah.
Anything else?
메테오라이트. 할매.
Still alive, are you? Go on then. It'd better all be here.
비싸네. 씨.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? You can thank me later.
뭐야 지금?
He's a surly soaker.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However,
I can't wait.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards. Morbles are possessed of... I believe that by grafting a Morble... The endeavor, I assure you, is... That is correct. As for... Why...
How timely.
Well...
뭐지?
If it's knowledge you seek.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
캐럿? 스릴이 됐지.
free cities under siege.
Come on. Faster.
뭐야, 토르갈도 없구나. 있어?
Enough of you, are there? Nice try. Kicked out already?
No. This chump.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. Not that I'd have let you in anyway, I suggest.
That's what I'm trying. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nice, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just...
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravosht. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over this. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to...
Hey, you ain't back in...
There's a river of bad blood. But if someone can build...
All right.
I appreciate it. It'll be near the forge on the hill. It was out...
Forge on the hill.
Good luck.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Mama?
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I said...
Didn't you...
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, that prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
옛날에 대판 싸웠었나 보네.
Please, Chief.
이것도 그 풀모 쓰고 하는 거 기술 전수 해줘야겠구만.
Let me guess.
As a personal...
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravost. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravost in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravost prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravost won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's the way I see it?
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us, and you'd be throwing it away.
All right. This place was your hub. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up it.
Oh?
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand it. Luckily for us.
Time for a spot of hunting.
또 사냥해야 돼.
Let's go. All right.
뭐예요 저기? 업그레이드. 아.
Thanks, girl. Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Too slow. This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Let's make this quick, shall we? I dare say that would be enough for a decent set of bellows.
What's this all about then?
Don't know. Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Right then, Revwomp.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly know what this means.
Sorry about earlier. That thing you built us is... You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking.
Give this.
What is it?
Pit coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges.
해탄이 뭐지?
That there was my answer.
아.
Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer. Our secret for yours. I've always, since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to make no motive. Sleepless nights at the Anvil will never bridge that gap, though. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's gonna be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right.
I want a set of these bellows.
Good day.
뭐야? 이거밖에 안 팔아?
Farewell, traveller.
Here's your...
Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. Join me as my honored...
I don't plan on making it.
Very well. Do not allow me to keep you from...
아 맞다, 윈스턴 먼저 가야 되는데.
Right, Clive? We dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Ainayar's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne.
검술 실력 하나로.
And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
We must.
The light!
I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
갑자기.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me? Here they come.
발로드에서 얘네 풀어놓고 간 거야?
Mid needs every moment we can give her.
Behind me, Lord Rosfield. I'll take care of these fuckers.
Behind you? I'll have you know, earth-breaking here. One struck fear into the heart of every man in the cliffs.
You said that ship was fast! Oh? I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers! Come on then! Which of you lot fancies meeting Ogre Killer next?
I thought it was called Heartbreaker.
Don't let the coffin be heard. We've else to pay and I'm standing back going first.
소리 같은 거 봐.
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready
가자
to
이제.
sail.
다 만들었잖아.
You heard the captain.
아니 잠깐만, 이거 타면 근데 서브캐 못하는 거 아닌가?
Clive.
뭐야, 또 왔어?
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
마물이라고? 아우 미친.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
개극함이네.
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield?
My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Always on my hands. No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate! New plan! You leave! We follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through a man's veins. These foes will not fall easily. But they will fall.
Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it! Let's do the lot!
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
Let's try.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it!
왜 안 와? 뭐야 이거? 아, 엔터프라이즈 escaped.
Now, mate!
Alright, engine full ahead! And hold on tight!
질 잡혀 있나?
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Now back to your stations!
설마 시바랑도
Every
싸우겠네.
bell-spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye. And they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Randalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Oh, ooh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Cheerio!
믿진 않겠지.
Do keep up, my boy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
아이고 이러고 여기로 왔어?
Greek of mercy. All this. What have I done?
핵이 살았네.
My lord.
아이씨, 막혔네 서브퀘. 저거 샀다. 타고 갈 걸.
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours.
정말 좋네.
Look alive, boys! Pull ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye,
Do you feel that, Jill?
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
설마 배 조작하나? 아 미친놈.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
반칙이지 이거.
Great Grigos, gosh!
One of us.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
It's now or never. I'll find her.
오 뭐야? 단연연을 이렇게 하는구나.
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
Cut it down!
안돼.
Nice try.
뭐 어디로 가냐?
I need to hurry.
이거 세팅인데 다 터진다 베네.
No! There he is! He wants him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
That's the shepherds!
Who will steer the ship?
of us.
Jill!
You came.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands! Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
용케도 살았네. 경찰관한테.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
안돼 변신하지 마라. 아 이거
In earnest, then.
와. 아니 미친. 어떻게 물이 헤일이 안 덮치지?
Can you go on?
I think so. But to where?
또 왔어.
You... What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The Blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
이게 반연인데.
It is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate, however much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
Don't have to do this. Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty.
와, 개 아깝다.
Rise, Mythos. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you. All this fire and fury, and for what? Stopping the Blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Nice try. I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might. Defend yourself, Anton!
원래 못 막는 건가?
You would yield so soon. Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few.
아, 소원 자체가 돼버리는 거.
Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God. No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation! And abandon everything we hold dear!
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
잠기나? 아이고.
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
라이브 베스티드?
that the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn.
This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself. I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill. We will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
아이고, 마이크 끄고 혼자 개지랄 떨고 있었네. 아, 이게 이런 장면이었구나. 꿀잠 잤네.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. But there's two.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, place...
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. I doubt a few planks will stop still. We'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
잘못 눌렀네. 오.
I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it. How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps... perhaps the prince feels the same.
그 사람? 아, 디옹.
What is this place?
Don't move.
이 여자애는 뭘로
It's fresh from
사용되는
the
거지?
well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you
who guided my hand than Ultima. No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
단신으로 뭐 할 수 있는 게 있나?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings. Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are ya?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming!
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
잠깐 화장실 좀 갔다 올게요. 3,000? 아 마스터구나. 프로스트라이트. 아이고. 아 마이크 켜놨네. 얼음 기둥을 빠르게 발사? 생성한 결정을 가벼운 적에게 명중시키면 결정 속에 가둘 수 있다. 날려버린다. 원래 4렙까지 가나? 써봐야지 일단.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, well, the whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you. Everyone except Zoltan has.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pick old Cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say...
Oh. Imagine that. Yeah. Every time you put on mail, there's no greater honor for us. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness. But if that helps save even a single life... What was it you said he called me? Huh? Sounds like I bet.
It's good to see you back home.
I don't know how you... But I'm grateful now.
오케이, 빨리 새 장비 만들어줘.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
우로보로스를 제작할 수 있게 된다. 허리띠?
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be?
오, 이거구나. 계속 강화해 나가는 거네, 칼을. 합쳐가면서. 아이스 브랜드.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
아이고. 우리 알콘 드레드 패더. 실용해야.
And how am I meant to do that then?
아예 얻을 수가 없나?
And?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their field.
편지. 도리스? 누구였지?
There's no way of...
마스터 아이코가 뭐였지? 동결 시간 증가. 트레이닝. 아이씨. 뭐 어떻게 하는 거지? 오. 따라봐. 얼마나 가나? 초 4초 정도 가나? 확실히 나은데. 미친 마스터가. 아이씨.
Don't tell me we've run out of papillons.
오늘은 여기까지 하고 새벽에는 못 올 것 같긴 한데
What do you recommend?
아마 내일 낮에 켜서 엔딩 보러 올게요. 혼자서 서브캐 좀 해놔야겠다. 가보겠습니다.